And we've been joined by Houston coach Tom Herman. The Cougars are 2-0 overall. Houston was in action this past Saturday at Louisville. Houston won the game 34-31. Cougars have an open week this week. Their next game will be September 26th against Texas State. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call this morning. If you would take a minute to tie up the road win at Louisville, please, and tell us your plans for the open week as you get ready for Texas State, please.
Big win for our team and in our program to go on the road against really, really well-coached and very talented football team, and great atmosphere. And it was a complete team victory. We had times when, the offense was stagnant, but the defense, kept us in the game. And then at times the defense was struggling. The offense found its rhythm. And at times the special teams let us down, and then came back, and we had a big kickoff return for a touchdown that helped too. So really proud of our guys for fighting through a lot of adversity, ups and downs, and coming out with a win.
And, Coach, we mentioned earlier on the call that Greg Ward Jr. is our Offensive Player of the Week, and Brandon Wilson is our Special Teams Player of the Week. Just give us maybe a word or two about those guys' performances.
Brandon Wilson, the kickoff return that he took for a touchdown was, we had a field return called, and the guy catches it 3 yards deep on the boundary corner of the end zone, and it's one of those, no, don't take this thing out, just take a knee, and then he takes it out, and if you're going to make a mistake, you better have some great individual effort, and he did, and really provided us a spark. And then Greg continues to get better in our offense. Certainly didn't play perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but is very dynamic with the ball in his hands, as well as continues to get better in our pass game.
And we'll take questions for Coach Tom Herman. Please hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
And we'll go first to Shannon Green of the Orlando Sentinel.
Hi, Coach. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Shannon. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for asking. Congratulations on the win. You guys have a bye week coming up. How long do you let your guys sort of linger in the thrill of their victory versus telling them, you have 24 hours to get over? How long do you let them linger there?
You were about right. About 24 hours. We had mandatory treatment in study hall yesterday, and today is a day off from football, but a big academic day. On a study hall today, and then and they lifted weights as well today, and then we'll move on to Texas State on Tuesday, and put this one behind us. And I don't. These guys have been trained for 9 months for winning that game. I don't think anybody was surprised, or I don't see complacency lingering into our locker room just because of the leaders that we have in there.
The level of competition that Louisville presented seems to be a little bit higher than Tennessee Tech. Did you feel like you got a better gauge of where the team is at?
I think you're continually evaluating it, but certainly a tremendous defense. I hadn't realized until the week leading up to the game that this defense finished, I think, 10th in the country last year in total defense and 6th in the country in scoring defense. So our offense had its work cut out for them for sure, and then obviously them playing the freshman quarterback who's a dynamic player. We knew our defense would have a challenge, and we still got a lot of holes to fill, a lot of corrections to make, but the one thing that I think that we're able to gauge is the resiliency and mental toughness of our team, and I expect that to only get better throughout the season.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go next to Dick Weiss of American Conference.
Hey, Tom. How are you? Congratulations.
How are you? Thank you very much.
I'm great. This league seems to be showing some more competitive spirit against teams from the Power 5 conferences. Could you see this prior to the season, and what do you think it means for the league itself?
Well, I think it's great for the league. You know, we talk all the time that the Power Five is merely a legislative, category. It's not a competitive category by any stretch. And
good.
You know, we feel like that. We can compete with anybody in the country on any given Saturday. And so I think, Temple doing what they did at Penn State, and then us doing what we did at Louisville, and Memphis going to Kansas, and I think it lends a lot of credence to our belief, which is, this is the best group of five conference competitively in the country.
I'll buy that. And your quarterback continues to grow.
Yeah, he's getting better. The sky's the limit for him. Knock on wood, if he can stay healthy, he's got a chance to be a pretty good player for us. And we need to continue to correct mistakes. The thing I think sometimes gets lost about Greg is that he spent the first year and a half of college playing wide receiver, and so this is really his first full-time off season and season playing quarterback. So he's kind of like a freshman mentally out there a little bit, even though he does have game experience. Every time he sees something, it's literally the first time he's seen it. And so each rep he takes, each competitive snap he takes in a game atmosphere, is a learning experience for him.
That's great. Thank you very much, Tom.
Thanks, Dick.
Coach, we thank you for your time this morning. Look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
Okay, thank you.